Alright y'all, I'm back again with another Ace Attorney gameplay, and Olga Orly, I know you did that shit, but before you go to jail, I need those other services from you. I'm begging on my knees for you to get on yours, bro, please! Let's load this shit. Start playing? Absolutely. I cannot wait. This trial finna be crazy. April 20th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. They already yapping away! She didn't even start it yet. Chill out.
Court will now reconvene. As a witness, Miss Olga Orly recovered?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness.
Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again.
That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued.
Oh my gosh, so she can't speak? So we just gotta hold on the fucking trial for 3 more days? Come on now.
You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne.
Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. Appreciate that! Let's go, Christoph! Let that bitch come up here right now! The defense would like to request that Miss Orly take the stand.
Very well. The witness will take the stand.
Stop hiding! What's wrong with you? Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession. Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poorer loser. That's what I'm talking about, Christoph! And that bitch! Not. What? Name's Olga Orly. That's the truth. I'm a poor dealer. I don't know what voice to give her now. I don't know what's happening. People call me Olga Quick Fingers Orly. Oh, what you doing with those fingers, though? I'm just asking. No reason in particular.
Oh, really?
Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian, and my last name sounds like, oh, really? Oh, what? It's... What the fuck? My fault. I was mispronouncing it the whole time then, shit. There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. What are they yapping for? All she did was reveal her real identity. Come on now. Witness! You will tell the court what you were really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see?
Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences.
Fine. So you really were just lying the whole time. You just own it now. Okay, cool. Honesty is best policy, I guess. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game, as a waitress. So you were in cahoots with the victim. Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. Damn! They was doing all that just to take down Phoenix? He really the GOAT, bro. Shit. They needed to not actually play the game in order to beat him. He swapped the cards. Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it, it would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. But for what though? You want to be the guy that took him down? You hating for no fucking reason. Come on, man.
Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on all his prior wins.
A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. But that nigga died. Somehow.
Oh really? Oh really?
How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake.
A mistake?
I agree. The trap was elegant. Yet what happened to that planted card? Hey, that's right! He's lucky. I'll give him that. You'd have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quick Fingers Orly. Oh really? Fuck.
Oh really?
Shut up!
The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick.
Cute? Who wants to be cute? Oh, Judge, you kinda weird. I don't... How did you get your fucking degree, man? I'm not cute, I'm bad, you hear me? Bad, yeah, you bad as hell. I'll agree with that.
When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap, and how it was sprung.
Okay, this time, we gotta catch her in her lie. We gotta not witness all the, we gotta look for all the tells that she has that Phoenix was talking about last time. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to, and Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him, but the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. Oh, she touches the back of her head! That's it! It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no-good, cheating defendant. Nah, I got you right there. You scratching the back of your head for what?
A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark.
The trap was perfect, I tell you. Perfect. That rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Look who's talking. That's what I'm saying. What? You was trying to catch him. You was trying to make him cheat. The fuck's wrong with you?
Well, the testimony for what it's worth is all yours, Mr. Justice.
With witnesses like her, who needs criminals?
And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors?
Everyone's making it so much harder for this dude than it has to be. Goddamn. Then I played the card. No, you was scratching the back of your head. I already know what to press. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Hold it! Wait, isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Wright, thoroughly and found nothing? Which means he didn't cheat. Which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well, that's what I'm saying. Whoa! What the fuck? What was that just now? I sensed something. Nah, he got a sixth sense? What's going on?
Something wrong, Mr. Justice?
No, nothing, Your Honor. Oh wait, no, this is where we start the search thingy. The where we like search for the tell. What do? Press her a little harder? Press that shit. Miss O'Reilly, you're hiding something. What are you talking about? You... Me... Oh my god. Today, Junior.
The defendant will refrain from baseless accusations.
I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. She touched the back of her neck. She's lying like shit. Come on now. I did see something. Honest. I saw it when Wright hit him. Ooh, I'm getting into the zone right now. With my own eyes, I saw it. What's this weird vibe I'm getting?
That witness, for instance, Miss Orley.
She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. See? I'm noticing it now. Did you notice? Yes, absolutely I did. Touching your neck, was it? What the? I'm locked in now. What? What? I got the Sharingan? What the fuck is this? I don't remember this. Oh yeah, this is in the shape of an eyeball. Yeah, I guess that is Sharingan. Fuck. This sensation is coming into focus. There, that twitch. It's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit. Like I couldn't before. R to perceive. Gotcha. What new voice line? Gotcha! Oh, I love that shit. Miss O'Reilly, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. Got her, bitch ass. My neck? You want me to give you some? Absolutely! Ah, please! So what? What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. Cause you're dumb as hell, Kristoff, you ain't see it. When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory, and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it. Memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about?
This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense.
Let me explain, bro. Shit, stop yabbering on.
You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us.
Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. It's what will remind her most of the moment of the crime. Miss Orley, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an inerasable impression on your neck was this. It's gotta be the... I'm assuming it's the bottle, right? Yeah. Take that! Yeah, the music stopped. I know what I'm doing. I'll goat it. Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of the moment than this bottle? The murder weapon. But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? Ooh. What's he talking about now? Shut up, bitch. I'm trying to explain. It was Mr. Smith, the victim who was hit, not you. This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness habits, they're completely irrelevant. Justice. I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'm a unique guy. I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Miss O'Reilly, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Ooh. What? She reverted?
Yet, I am knowing nothing.
What? What? Nigga, what? We know you're not Russian. She just admitted it too! What's wrong with you? The witness will testify, please. Now. Ah, fine. She finna be touching her neck the whole goddamn thing, bro. Well, first he was, and she's rubbing her neck. Like, come on now, we already know you're lying. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. What? Different personality, but the same testimony. I believe you have her where you want it, Justice. The circumstances have changed, yet her testimony was not. That means there's gotta be a contradiction in there. Quite. Okay. Knight lost a card just when he was with the Smith touched him. The planted card was gone. The trap failed. This one. He's the one who didn't. I didn't let him out of my sights till the cops got there. Hold that. You seem uneasy. You try standing up here. Well, she's not wrong now. Her eyes are darting all over the place. I must be getting warm. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like? Well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crime. He sat in a daze at that table until the cops came. Intriguing. I believe you've gotten all the testimony you're going to get out of this witness. So, what do you think about her testimony? I'll tell you what I think. Her testimony is flawed. No, it's fine. Phoenix didn't go to jail. It's over. Like, what? It's basically bogus. It contradicts the evidence.
What's that?
Have you been paying attention, Payne? God damn, you suck at your job.
Well, show us this evidence, Mr. Justice. This evidence that you claim contradicts the testimony.
She didn't let him out of her sight until the cops got there. I know there's some evidence that contradicts that. Because the hand was changed after the fact? I don't need to look at this. What am I doing? What? Why is there tape on the back of it? That might come into play later. But that's not what I'm worried about right now. It has to be the fact that the cards were different. Wait. I don't know. Sure. Let's go with this. Take that! This, Your Honor, is the evidence that contradicts her testimony. The music stopped. Am I right?
Well, Mr. Payne?
Who would have thought that justice could be so wrong?
Fuck.
Yeah, me?
Mr. Justice, you might want to think about your future before doing that again. God damn it! Ouch, that one hurt. I believe you have it where you want to. Okay. Card like I was supposed to. And but the trap play the account. Ugh. Do I have to find a new piece of evidence before I get to that part? Alright, let me just hold everything then. This planted card. Which card was it exactly? The trump card. The 5 of hearts.
Let me guess. Mr. Wright was to have switched the 5 with the ace to make a full house. I guess that's what you were going to accuse him of doing, thereby ruining his legend.
Split it into Wright's pocket.
When was this?
Oh, that's not. Fuck. God damn it. Why, before the match, of course, while he was eating. At the Borscht Bowl Club, we serve borscht. And suckers.
Remind me never to go there.
Of course, the card was to make its grand debut during the game. Like a good borscht, a good plot must be cooked up early and allowed to thicken. What are you taught? Okay. Wright lost the hand, last hand just like he was supposed to. So, everything went according to plan. Exactly. The 5th ace came up, so it's obvious the switch went off without a hitch. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, Wright would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud.
Or worse things to be known as, I suppose.
Tell us what happened with the search. The planted card was gone. The next one... Oh. Bottle and swung it. Damn! Do I have to present on this one? No, it's the last one I have to present on. Alright, let me just hold this one. The card disappeared? Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Gone, without a trace. Poof! Zippo! We searched every nook and cranny, even inside his cute little hat. But the card was nowhere to be found, is this correct? Never in my long, storied career, never has Quick Fingers or really been so readily duped.
Oh, really? So what did happen to that 5 of hearts?
Don't look at me. Why don't you ask that cheating, lying, two-faced defendant? Oh my gosh, she mad as hell about her plan failing. Damn. So the 5 of hearts is still missing in action. Next one, Wright picked up the bottom of the swing. He's the one who didn't. I didn't. Okay. So I guess this is the one I have to do.
What? Come on, come on, come on. Okay.
What did she say? Okay, it says that he sat in a daze at that table. God damn it, I wasn't paying attention, my dumbass. No, he called. Miss O'Reilly, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. Ack! So, explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely! That's what I'm talking about! God damn! Now everybody yapping, shut the hell up! She damn near broke the sound barrier with that shriek. The man who picked up the bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. It was you!
Oh, we're back to the weird ass
pictures. Showdown time. Joseph really swung it! You dirty cheat! Check his pockets, now! Yeah. It's gone! The card's gone! You lose. Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to Wright, and he hit me! Whoa, shit! God damn! You stupid bitch! How did you fuck that up? Where's the card at? Damn, he mad as hell! You some master of cheating you turned out to be. When I came to, the victim was already dead. Is that it? Oh, that's just talking my fault. That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure.
Well, where does this leave us?
Madness! This is madness! I'm dreaming! It must have been me who was hit with the bottle, and I'm imagining all of this!
Payne, get your shit together, bruh! No! You're no professional at all.
It appears our prosecution is at its wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame them. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events?
This dude got no fucking idea! Mr. Gavin, sir? I believe that this entire courtroom was full of bullshit. You're not even wrong. As the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss O'Reilly a big fat liar. What? What? 3 were in that room the night of the murder. The defendant, the victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled. The witness got into her argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And the denouement of that argument was murder. Denouement? I ain't never heard nobody use that shit before. I don't even know what that means. What? I'm no killer. It's a trap. Somebody's trying to frame me. That's cap as hell. You did that shit. Have fun in jail. Phoenix, the fuck is so funny. What tangled webs will you weave when we practice to deceive? What? He's spitting bars now? What? So tangled, we catch ourselves in the process.
Mr. Wright!
Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you trying to say? Why not consider the other possibilities? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Oh! Right. Like Mr. Wright was saying before recess. A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know 2 colors of the cards were being used. A 4th person.
Ha! This theory again! Your fourth person doesn't exist!
You just admitted you don't know what the fuck is going on! Shut up! Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal.
The real criminal?
And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less. What?
What?
Paulo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about? Sorry. Dude, I just started. Come on. Remember what I said. The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error. They didn't know it was two colors. He or she wasn't considering the color best the card, yeah. Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there's one person here, in our court, who thought those cards were blue. In our court? No. Yeah, I had that impression too. But why? Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was?
It's not me, I swear!
Who is this for? No. Wait. Why do I always get put on the spot like this? Why is it up to me? Come on. Let's see what the defense has to say. Who was it? Bro, if it's who... Nah, bruh. I swear to God. Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? I don't remember this is how it happened. Dude, I don't remember shit about this game. I'm so glad I don't remember shit. This is fine. I could be surprised all over again. Is it Gavin, bro? Take that! As I expect. No! Bro, this shit's so tight. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. I was right! No! Christoph Gavin, you were the first person that night. But of course, Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue, the ones on the floor, or the table. But look! You can see the colors in this photo! That's only one deck! Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. Also that's what I said as well. I didn't say that. I didn't say what I said before he said that. It is true that the defendant was engaged with a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that, a game in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor.
Competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of yeah, I don't care about this, bro, shut up. Red and blue flame know the outcome. Well, Christoph? Mr. Gap, nah, he about to start tweaking. He finna start choking me out on some real shit, bro. Why'd you say that's why? This dude finna start tweaking. Mr. Gavin, is something the matter? No, nothing. Excuse me, it was just so sudden. Right. You aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Christoph. You know I'd never take a joke this far. Damn! Dude, Phoenix is so tight.
Shut your shut up! This got beyond ridiculous. Beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I assure you, I'm quite sane.
But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim?
I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either.
Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met.
Well, what if they have?
Huh?
There was a possibility, after all. They may have met that night before the game started.
What are you suggesting?
Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court. Yes, sir! Whoa, what you objecting for? The defense would like to request no such thing. Huh? Mr. Gavin? Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before that game of poker be related? Nah, you're giving me the fucking anime smile. Closed eyes? Nah, I don't like that shit. You're guilty as fuck for sure. I'm not sure if I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense plead that Miss O'Reilly. Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you. Yeah, bitch, I'm in charge now. Shouldn't have let me be the one to defend him, dummy. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you. Oh, okay. Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony? Yes, bro. We need to find who really did it. Don't punish an innocent person. I need that special service still. This was Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along, and I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court! It too, Justice? You would betray me? You're a teacher? He really finna he finna slap this shit out of me, bro! He better lose his mind. I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth. Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please. Oh, shit. Things getting wicked. Appetite before murder. That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Oh shit, he knew he was gonna be put up, bruh. He knew he was gonna be on that witness stand. Damn. Mr. Gavin, you were at the Borscht Bowl Club the night of the murder. I dined with him rather frequently.
And you talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder?
Quite against my will, I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called it.
Dude, Phoenix, like, he stayed calm in that situation, seeing dude dead, and he still called up Gavin like, yo,
I need somebody to defend me, bro. God damn. His foresight is crazy. You were planning this all along, weren't you, Wright? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. Damn, as I did back then, and now. I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong.
Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Justice. Whoa. So, sir, he's lying, and you're going to expose him. Don't tell me what to do.
I'm gonna expose you!
Huh? Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end. I feel so bad for Apollo, bruh. Why can't I have a no shot? Exactly. Like, this is like his first trial, I think, and dude getting put up with this shit? Damn. Alright. That name Christmas and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph.
Hold it!
You had dinner with Mr. Gavin? Yes, he dines with me at the Borscht Bowl Club quite frequently. We were enjoying a usual dinner at a usual spot, as usual. Usual? I always eat at the table closest to the piano. I see. Where Mr. Smith was sitting.
So, the plates and such were on the table were from your dinner?
Indeed. The remnants of my meal with Kristoff. We dined for 2 hours, then Kristoff left. After that, J.D. Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. 5 minutes? So, the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time? That would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure. The fuck are you laughing for?
Oh, Mr. Wright, what was it you said? Kristoff, Gavin, and Shady Smith may have met.
I believe I did say that.
Here I was all nervous about this meeting. And now we hear they just passed in the hall?
That does seem a little weak as a pretense for murder. Oh, it would be, if that were all that really happened. Huh? Come on, Mr. Wright, what are you hiding this time? I'm so sick of this dude, bruh. When a trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. Hold it! About this failed trap, is this the same trap that Miss Olga O'Reilly mentioned? Yes, I know, man. The player goes in and the failures during one of the games when the chance for you. Dude, we just had this happen. Why are you the fuck? He slapped the cards. We don't need a recap. God damn. Yes, a harmless prank, in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it. A quirk? What? My hero? I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. The card she planted! Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of Hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card. Before the game. Ooh, that's gonna be important. Disposed? Where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. What?
An empty bottle of grape juice!
The murder weapon? What? Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The colored glass makes it hard to see. A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like terrific drama. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? This is a murder trial! A card inside the murder weapon. That's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. Ooh, they gonna have me open up the bottle and see this shit out. Mr. Wright, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of... What is wrong with you? You a gambling addict and a fucking judge? What the fuck is your problem? Don't let this dude into Vegas, I swear. He coming back with no robe. I sold that shit off for more chips. Like, shut up.
Please revise your testimony with this new information. I discovered the trap during a game and disposed of the card in the bottle. Okay, I need to... Let me look at this. There's no card in this, bitch. There's no card in this. It's completely... There's no card inside of this. This isn't the bottle that was used then. What the fuck? Nah, objection! Objection! Mr. Wright, if I may? Yes? I've examined the bottle, and I don't see any card in here. No? What the fuck? That's all you have to say? What, Mr. Wright? Surely isn't all you have to say for yourself. Like, that's what I'm saying. What the fuck? Can't say I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however. Huh? Perhaps a fifth person came out and took it. Oh, and a sixth person could have helped. This dude Kristoff mad as shit. Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor.
I won't have you disparaging our investigation either. We looked inside that bottle. There was nothing.
So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear? We got a magician in the fucking mix now? Come on. Make it should disappear? In any case, please continue with the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence. Oh. Push him harder, Justice. Break him. This dude losing it. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Yeah, why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore? This dude Kristoff losing it, bro. The girl was knocked out cold. Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. Alright, hold that. You made the call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct? Exactly. Cell phones don't get a signal down in the hideout. Was anyone else on the first floor at that time? Not a soul. I was the middle of the night, after all. So there, in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. I returned, he was dead, bloodstream from a cut on his forehead. Hold it! And when you returned, the victim was already dead. Yes, I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. A little? He was bleeding from his forehead, after all. I guess I'd be startled too, if I walked in at a scene like that. But he still made the call! Even startling doesn't stop this dude. The defense attorney Gavin. Hold it! Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin? I'd obviously gotten involved in a rather sticky affair. And I figured Kristoff's law offices would give me a friend rate for my defense fees. Friend rate. Ah, glad to hear you intend to pay. This dude mad as shit! Oh, I'll pay in full, Kristoff. It was I who got you involved after all. You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high. Damn! This Kristoff gonna jump over the goddamn bench and start beating the fuck out of Phoenix. You better pull out the goddamn bottle and beat him over the head with it. Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about? Justice, you know what you have to do. He's lying. Expose him. Now. Yes, sir. I have to think. What's Mr. Wright trying to tell me with this testimony? The truth has to be in there somewhere. And disposed of it in the bottle. This has to be the one then. Disposed of it in the bottle. I don't know. I discovered the trap during the game and disposed of the card in the bottle. Wait. Oh, single blooded forehead. Yeah, that was right. Okay. So what is it? Oh, but how could you have known he had cut on his head and he has a hat on? That shit's so crazy. That's so crazy. Objection! Mr. Wright, if I may. I totally knew that. I last second guessed it. Phoenix, yes? Oh, that's his name. Why'd I read out his fucking name? Take a look at this photograph of the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Good point. What do you mean just good point? Justice. Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. Kristoff trying to lay this dude out now. Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court? Ah, I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put that hat on his head. Oh, you forgot! I can't stand this dude. I can't fucking stand him. You put the hat on the dead man's head? He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view, shining bright, just like in this photograph. And I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head. Why? Why'd you do those things like that? This is the one time I'm agreeing with Payne. Why? All I can say is, I'm sorry, but that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So Miss O'Reilly didn't see it. It being the victim's, his head. I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Ah, here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Ahem, pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. Hey, he's still our client, isn't he? I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin? This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. This dude, nah, Chris, he bringing up losing his badge. This dude mad as hell. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Christoph. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Damn, Apollo putting his foot on the gas. I couldn't think of the fucking thing. Putting his foot down, that's what it is. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. Eh? When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. A reason? Why won't you tell us? That reason is right here. Your cell phone? That night, recall that I spoke with defense attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case, I recorded our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. What? Now you just bring in a recording now! What's wrong with you? Christoph, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going very well? Something like that. That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good? He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him. Hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china plate? It wasn't you, was it? Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should come to that. What? Bone china plate? Also, yeah, I don't know. A kind of porcelain. Very smooth and shiny. But not plate, but pate. Oh, it's pate. What? I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. Damn. Alright, so mean! For what? The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my forehead. Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. So after Mr. Yeah, that sounded weird to me. So after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club? Most certainly. Then how did he know? When did he see this bone china pit? Yeah! Cause they left like 5 minutes apart. Oh, that's right. Yes. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Damn. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene, and when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? So, this is your reason. The reason why you put the victim's hat back on. Your point, Mr. Gavin? It's come down to this, has it? Phoenix Wright? Oh, shit. Nah, this is Phoenix versus Christoph now. I'm not even involved anymore. Order, I will have order, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear defense attorney Gavin's testimony? Bro, speak clearly, damn.
Well, as the prosecutor,
Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes, after which Mr. Gavin will take the stand for a cross-examination. Are we all clear on that? Crystal clear, Your Honor. God damn. Very well. This will be the final recess for the day. Woo! This shit tough. April 20th, 2:32 p.m., District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chamber. Who would have thought today would turn out like this? May I? What? That's his daughter! Huh? What? That's Trucy. Hello, sir. Pick a card. What? What's all this about? Is this one okay? Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it. A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. This goddamn car alarm outside my house! Ah, the card you're chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That's all. Okay. What? There's blood. An ace? Where do I remember that card from? Wait! Did he swap out the ace because it had blood on it? And that's why he got the cards wrong! Nah, I'm putting the pieces together like Legos. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you. Nah, it's over for this dude, Kristoff. The missing 5th ace. Wait, this blotch of red. Is this blood? No. You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw. The truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. Mysterious ass what? Okay. See you later. This bloodstained card is my trump card for finding the truth? I fell deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what this all meant. That girl. I'd seen her recently, but where? That's when I made the connection. Yep, he was in a locket. Bloody ace added to the court record. April 20, 2:45 p.m. District Courtroom Number 2. Court will now reconvene. Defense Attorney Kristoff Gavin, will you please take the stand? Now then, if you would, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, the witness state his name and occupation.
Is this farce necessary, Your Honor? Believe me, far stranger things have gone on in this courtroom. Yeah, he been around, he knows. Fine, I'll play along. First, there's one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's head? By secret, I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald. Forgive my curiosity, but what is it about this fellow's head? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in it. Objection! Ooh, what? What are you doing here? No, not the music picking up, hold on. That shit fire! I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin. Phoenix and Apollo side by side. It's really a dual destiny. Wrong game. Mr. Wright. What do you think you're doing, Wright? Well, things sure look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo? Yeah, dude. Speaking from looking for the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night, never once taking it off except for that one time. That one time being the instant he was hit! Oh? When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have had to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer. Is that what you're trying to say? Not bad, Apollo. God damn! Mr. Gavin? I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court.
What?
This dude about to lose it! Oh, I assure you, I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yet, I'm afraid in the current situation, I see little reason to hide anything. Very well, allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night. What? Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in the events of that fateful night? You about to lie like a bitch. What is going on in this case right now? I was just sitting right next to this dude. Now he's on the defense stand? The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked through the little window in the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead, as he appears in the photo. Bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright, holding a bottle in his hand. I sensed that was not the best place for me to be at the time, so I left. That's when the call came from Wright. Ooh, you lying like a bitch. That's so crazy. I can't figure it out right now, but I know you lied.
So, you witnessed the murder?
For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed. Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you are Mr. Wright's defense team? Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client. What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand after all. So you are Mr. Gavin. And you had to testify as you did. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window. Mr. Wright? You had to say that. Dude, what is up? Nah, Mr. I damn near call this dude Mr. Right. The fuck is wrong with me? Phoenix on some weird shit right now. He already knows how the case gonna end. Because that was the only probable window of opportunity. Right, Apollo? Oh. Mr. Wright, the defense should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared? Yes, Your Honor. I can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial is getting weirder and weirder. The poor dude Apollo, man. That fateful night. Oh shit, I ain't healed yet. Well, now or nothing. This now or never. This all or nothing. I mixed up the two. I'm already fucked. Alright, hold it! That man. You mean Asuka from Guilty Gear? No, bitch, Mr. Smith. He was different from our other customers. His aura, shall we say. I knew he was a serious poker player, but it was more than that.
So then you knew the true nature of your client's job.
Of course, but I also knew he wasn't engaged in gambling, which would be illegal. Well, it makes sense that he'd know. They were friends after all. Word from my friend, I returned to the club. You see, I feared this little Mr. Smith might be coming to settle an old score.
I see. What happened then?
I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window in the hideout. Hold it! The little window? You mean the one used to keep watch up the stairs? Yes, a relic of the ancient past. The black marketers used it, I believe. Why did you go through the trouble of peeking in through the window? Wouldn't it have been easier to just open the door and go into that room? I didn't want to upset Wright, you see. He's lying like a bitch! Upset Mr. Wright? Yes. What if my fears had been unfounded? I'd be walking in on their match. Bad form, to say the least. So far everything he's saying makes sense. It must have been right after the murder took place. Hold it! How do you know it was right after the murder? Really, no need to shout, Justice. I was just getting to that part in my testimony. Ah, there he is. The coolest defense in the West, we know and love. Even when you're standing up there on the witness stand, some things never change. This dude Phoenix unserious. He's so unserious about this, bro. I was afraid you changed too, right? But you haven't. You and that overbearing personality of yours. He doing the anime smile again. He mad as fuck. With friends like these, who needs enemies? The victim was dead as he appears in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright holding the bottle. Okay, let me quit the rest of this one. Hold it! Those were the only three at the scene of the crime? Yes, as far as I saw, at least.
Then we're back where we started. The killer was the defendant. Phoenix Wright! Who else could it have been?
Penny, you actually add nothing to these trials. God damn, you just be saying, it's obvious he did it, it's obvious, and then I just prove you wrong, you're like,
how could this have happened to me?
Like, shut the fuck up.
Well, why didn't you talk to the police?
2 reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend. Objection! There must have been someone else there at the moment of the crime. Justice, I just said I saw no one, not a soul. But that goes against what Mr. Wright said. Ooh, Apollo, shut the fuck up. You're dumb as hell right now. Let the big boys talk. It's Kristoff and Phoenix, not you. You're not involved anymore. Ah yes, this mysterious 4th person. Who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose. Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin. No, shit. Let me pose a question then. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap cards in the victim's hand? Perhaps you can show us the reason why such a thing would— The ace! How can I show something? I can't find myself! Remember, Apollo, the card that was swapped out was the 5th ace. The 5th ace, right? Well, Mr. Justice, the question of why the killer would swap out a card has been raised. Can you point to a reason? Yes! I'll show the card. It's now or never. The defense would like to present evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why a card was swapped out. Then go ahead and point out your reason, Mr. Justice. Why did the killer take the 5th ace? Because it was covered in blood, obviously! Take that! My reason is, this!
Is that an ace?
Why? Why, it's got blood on it! Right next to the spade! What? No, Kristoff! Kristoff, you see the little mouth twitch? You losing it!
This is insane! Why wasn't I told about this? Why?
Could this be the missing 5th ace? It absolutely is. Inconceivable! How could you? What are you doing with that card? Oh, well, that's the thing. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? I know why he's upset, because he did that shit. It's just a fishy card from some fishy girl. No, that card, it's mine. That is, I picked it up at the Borscht Bowl Club that night after the murder at the car. Phoenix! He coming in clutch! As always! I gave it to my daughter. Cards are a stock and trade after all. You gave your daughter a card that had blood on it? Now let's go back to that. What kind of father are you? Hey, I heard you like cards, so here's his ace. Don't worry about that little red spot. It's a special kind of card. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? No, impossible. Unacceptable. Oh, hit my desk. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud. A fraud? How can you be so sure? What? I wouldn't think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer. Oh, allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason?
The reason for
the killer to take the card from the scene of the crime. Where are you going with this? Take another look at the photo in the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell to the floor, and a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down the back of his head. Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? Ooh, right as fuck. You're right about that, I suppose. The killer then took the card to hide the body. Objection! Regardless, that evidence is non-permissible. Oh? Right. Regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime is to conceal evidence. Oh? We can discuss the finer points of our legal system later. What's important now is that I've answered your question. Dude, Phoenix is he's so cool in this, bro. God damn. What are you talking about? You wanted to know why the killer would have taken a card from the crime scene. And now, I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see. Objection! This is baseless conjecture. Baseless. Objection! Yes, Apollo! You finally got some shit to say. What? Oh, that was him that said. My fault. My bad. Oh, I assure you, it's quite based. You're cringe. Old ass meme. What? It's amazing, really. How a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo? Yes. Try picturing the scene of the crime. In your head. What? You got all 3Dified. The murder took place in the hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table, and before the killer swapped the card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with this scene. Well, what is it? Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on the card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? The victims, the killers, the witnesses, the second witnesses? Whose position doesn't fit the bloody card? What? Given that there's a drop of whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? What the fuck is he? The victims? Take that! Well, isn't it the victim's position that's the problem? Nope, the music kept falling. Fuck. Well, look, the victim was struck on the head, sending him back in his chair. You'd think any blood would fall behind the body, not onto the table in front of— Oh! Yeah, I was right! Yeah. Never mind, I'm a genius. Take a look at the photo again. If he bled in this position, the blood would fall on the floor, not on the cards. Why, that's right. So what does this mean? Incidentally, we were sitting in swivel chairs. Swivel chairs? Oh man. Oh, he swung around and bled onto the card. Damn. Recreate the crime scene? Wait. Try turning the chair around. Okay. Yeah. The chair was facing the other way? It would have to be. So we have to assume that at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table. When Mr. Wright returned from informing the police, which way was the chair facing? When I came back to the room, the body was facing as seen in the photo.
That would mean the killer turned the chair back around.
Ooh, Kristoff's silent. He can't refute this. It's over for him.
Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We know now that the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction.
Again? Payne, stay out of this. Stop talking. The big boys are talking.
Let's test your reasoning skills again, shall we? Apollo, whose location on this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The victims, the killers, the witnesses, the second witnesses? Location creates a contradiction that the victim was facing away. It would be his.
I mean, the killer.
The victim was struck from the front, correct?
Indeed.
Well, wouldn't it be harder for the killer to hit him from the front? Sitting where his indicator currently is.
That's exactly right.
I would think it'd be quite hard, yes.
Yes, but what you're saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game?
I believe sufficient reason will soon come to light.
What?
There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again at the diagram. Apollo, if the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here, where would his assailant be standing? Try marking it on the diagram.
What? But
there's no room to put a mark where the killer should be. Don't worry, let's think it through and see what we find. We know the victim was facing toward the wall at the time of the crime. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try to forget about everything else. Where would the killer have to be standing to strike our victim from the front? He'd have to be here. The killer had to be standing, well, here.
You get points for flair, but that's about all you get.
Yeah, I thought I was onto something there, too. Oh, I was fucked up. My fault. I hardly need to point out that standing there would be impossible. Wait, did I not fuck up? The music stopped. Am I correct?
The victim is facing a solid cupboard. Or are you claiming the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above? Heh!
It's simple logic.
Oh, I was right. Fuck yeah. Let's go, Phoenix.
It's simple logic, really. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that at the very moment of the crime.
Wait, I know. At the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there.
Ooh, he moved that shit.
What's this now?
I mean, that's the only explanation, right, Mr. Gavin?
Ooh. Kristoff's silent as a bitch.
Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine the cupboard in the hideout immediately.
Bailiff, send a team to the crime scene immediately. Have them try to move the cupboard.
Ah, Your Honor.
What?
There's one more thing your men should look for. Please give this to the bailiff.
Yes, I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright. Damn, you've been judging knowledge of that shit. So Phoenix goaded.
I do my best.
This is such a fire thing to say. You firing all cylinders today, bruh.
But let's forge ahead here while we wait. Look at the diagram once again. It's been changed. If the killer was standing here at the time of the crime, then this cupboard wasn't here. Which means... Apollo, try moving the cupboard. It covers the window. Thank you. As you can see, the cupboard was the problem. At the time of the murder, it has to have been as shown here. Now everything is in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. Oh my! What's this?
What is it now?
Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. Exactly! Kristoff wouldn't be able to look into the window. It appears we find yet another contradiction. What I believe to be the final contradiction, in fact.
Huh? Oh dang!
Notice something, Apollo? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion.
Now then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradicting indicator. Is it the victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness? Which indicator in this diagram contradicts what we know about the crime?
It's Orly, of course. No, it is not. Or really don't fucking matter anymore. She was knocked out the whole time.
It's you, Kristoff.
About this cupboard. Are we all okay with assuming it was moved? Sure, why not? Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit.
The cupboard would completely cover up the window to the stairs.
That's right. Someone standing outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin.
What? What did you say?
Oh, is the coolest defense in the West losing his cool?
This dude Phoenix is so aggravating. Don't expect me to play along with your little game, right? It's only a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court exactly where did you witness the crime from? You about to start saying slurs. All them ends. Son, what's going on with you? Excuse me, Your Honor. Order! This is a court of law and I will have order! We just received word from our investigative team at the Borscht Bowl Club. They've examined the cupboard in the hideout, Your Honor. Oh? And what did they find? Well, Your Honor, it turns out there was a secret passage behind— What? Oh! Phoenix was talking about like a bunch of secrets that only the regulars know or something. Right. Ah, yes. I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of the tricks to the room many of our regulars know about. Yeah, I do remember him saying something about that now that he mentions it. A secret passage is a handy thing to have when you're engaged in illegal goings-on. Never know when you might need it dug away from the eyes of the law. But the room has a secret passage. Where does it go? The other side connects to the restaurant above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops and enjoy a cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. Just like our killer. What? Everybody's stunned as hell. You see where our line of simple deductive reasoning has led us, Apollo? I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked and the victim's hat was only off his head for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder. When Mr. Wright returned from calling the cops, in other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from the inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin? Come on, say something! I feel bad for Apollo, bruh. His mentor was a murderer. That's bonkers. Dare I ask what really happened that night? Actually, I think we can probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith, a date with destiny. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passageway behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came, and he took it.
Why did you do that?
Wait here.
I'll get help.
Oh, that's Phoenix talking. Miss Olga O'Reilly was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shotty Smith hiding in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. Then our killer stepped out from the secret passageway into the hideout. The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside. He wheeled his chair around to look, and wha-pow! After the deed was done, the criminal must have seen the blood on the card. He would have, of course, realized the need to destroy the evidence. That single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime. Too bad for him he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that they were all red. Ooh, he finna have his breakdown, bruh. Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn. I'm truly, truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Gavin? Mr. Payne!
Yeah! Yes, Your Honor?
The prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant, he is hereby cleared of all suspicion. Give me that!
Gorg!
Believe me when I say I do not believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest. Immediately. Objection! Oh, what? Well, he's still got some fight in him. Oh, no need to apologize. I rather enjoyed myself. Oh no. It's not every day you get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand. Your point, Mr. Gavin? Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick. What? Excuse me? The defendant is cleared of all suspicion? This is hardly the time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. And not just anyone else, but me, his own defense attorney! Illegal evidence? Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin.
Is there still any reason at present to suspect me of wrongdoing? Of course. This bottle, for instance. The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking. How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints. Am I right, Mr. Payne? He ain't even part of this anymore, bro.
Yes, the fingerprints on the bottle were upside down.
I seem to recall this being an issue earlier. The court, in this case, demand an explanation. I can only think of one reason why one would hold this bottle upside down. I'm giving Christoph Phoenix voice my fault, and that is hit someone with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor? I see how the cockfish squirms to the last. Well, Apollo? Yes? Your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle still, but I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation. Just like that. Yeah. Just like what? Stu Phoenix putting all the fucking pressure on me! Why would anyone grab a bottle upside down other than that? No. Don't let him trick you into thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one. Is there really another? Take another look at the court record. I believe you'll find a simple answer there, in plain sight. How about you just say the answer in plain words? It would be hasty to deliver a verdict with unanswered questions indeed. Well, Mr. Justice? Mr. Gowan said that the court, in this case, demanded an explanation. Don't worry, justice won't leave any until justice is done. That's what I'm talking about. Perhaps the defense wouldn't care to enlighten the court. What evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprints on the bottle are upside down? He was drinking before that. This is the one with wine bottles in it, so I guess. Take that! What? That was right. I'm goaded. I knew I was the greatest lawyer around. It's actually easier to show you than explain, Your Honor. Place that bottle on the floor, next to your chair. Excuse me? On the floor? Yes. Now reach down and pick it up, without getting out of your chair. Oh, right! No, yeah, I remember this. Yeah, because if you reach down and grab it, your prints would appear upside down. See? You naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck. With your fingers upside down. Look at this photograph taken on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here, playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor to the side of his piano bench. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times. Wow, I can't believe it was that simple. Recall our dinner that evening, Christoph. I was drinking my usual juice then too. Basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed. But then you must have remembered. So you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano, and you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon. Ooh, we getting it. Order, order, order! What do you have to say to all these charges, Mr. Gavin? Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection. What are you talking about? What? You claim that I switched the bottle. Where's your proof? The card isn't inside of it, dummy! Proof? Well, that's, as I thought, more baseless conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty. No, because the card isn't inside of it. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier, do you recall I requested an additional investigation? Oh, yes. I have your memo about that here. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the Borscht. You'll find the one with the card in it. And here's one of the bottles in question. What are you going to dust that for fingerprints too? I would be surprised if any were on that but his. Mr. Gavin probably wouldn't make such a novice mistake, true. That bottle won't bear a trace of anything. Say, Apollo. Yes, why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle? Just humor me. Mr. Wright, that bottle will solve this case once and for all. What? Ooh, Phoenix is on that shit, bro. Turn this around. There's the card. Boom. There's something inside the bottle. That 5 of hearts, baby. Phoenix is on that shit. What's this? That card. It can't be. Recall that unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment.
Miss Olga O'Reilly? Yes, our little swindling Devoshka. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to, and Wright lost the last hand just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him, but the planted card was gone. Yeah, we know about this. Wait, this isn't... You're telling me that this is the planted card you disposed of? The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony. I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card. Before the game. Disposed? Where? Yeah, we just got through this. Come on, dude. The 5 of hearts. This is the card. The bottles were swapped, and the only one who could have done that was the 4th person in the club that night. You, Mr. Christoph Gavin. Oh, this go. No! He's making everything levitate! He on a Sigma shit. What is that melody? That's really it. That's game. Game, set, match. That is all. Let's go, Phoenix! He was on top of that shit from start to finish. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright? Revenge? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago? My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Yo, Phoenix, so cool, bruh. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete, right? Okay.
This is insane! What about me?
You lose your job, you're fired, dog.
Don't I get to prosecute anymore?
I believe this time we finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne, do you have a report for us on Christoph Gavin?
He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest now.
I see. Still, one has to wonder why he would do such a thing. He didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he?
None that we know of.
Mr. Wright, have you anything to add? I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. About this victim, Mr. Shady Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler. An odd profession to be sure, and that's all we know about him.
I'll arrange a follow-up investigation, Your Honor.
Good. Mr. Wright? Yes? 7 years, and you still haven't lost your touch. Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and a lawyer. He was extremely talented to be sure. I needed 2 things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated, this courtroom. And the second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo. That's what I'm talking about! Me? This is a dark time for our legal system. A twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. We have to set it right. Mr. Wright? Our work lies ahead of us. And I, for one, am looking forward to it. That's what I'm talking about! That's my goat right there. Well, this seems like a good time to announce a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Let's get it. Court is adjourned. April 20, 4:28 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Thanks, Apollo. You came through just like I thought you would. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. Oh wait, no, fuck, that's Apollo. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. It's you who cornered Mr. Gav, the killer. I couldn't have done it by myself. You sensed it too today, didn't you? Your ability? Ability? Yes, a sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough. He was talking about when I noticed the, O'Reilly's, habit, the eye thing, the Sharingan. Wait, I wonder if he means... I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant... Yeah, I know I'm talking about this. Yeah, when I locked in. What? What was that, Mr. Wright? You'll have to find out the answer to that question yourself. The answer, right. It was full of questions without answers. Most of them about Mr. Gavin. Possible reason could he have committed to have to commit murder? Perhaps you'll learn that in the days to come. Huh? Wait, you don't know, do you? This locket is the key. Huh? Oh, that reminds me, I met the girl whose picture is in your locket. We've seen this cutscene 3 times now. Your daughter, right? That's right, she's my daughter. You know, you were right about this locket. Eh? I took this off his neck the night he died, but it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. So the truth is, this locket really did— Oh, he adopted her! Wait, but that's perjury! You testified! You said that locket was yours! I said no such thing, actually. Huh? I merely said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. A subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. This dude Phoenix, bruh, and it's the truth. Wait, but then why? Why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside it? Sometimes the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one. Give it time. You're still just getting started with your career. Speaking of which, I may be out of a job. I work for Gavin Law Offices after all. Still can't believe I just saw Mr. Gavin get led away in handcuffs. Paulo. Yes? How about coming to work for me? Eh? You mean at the Wright & Co. Law Offices? I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it. I can't imagine that to be true, but— Wait, but didn't you— You're not a— Oh, I turned in my badge, yes. But I'm not an attorney anymore. That incident 7 years ago. That legendary trial. And at the middle of it all was one man. Phoenix Wright. The case reached its sad conclusion, and he left law for good. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts? I'm not qualified to stand in a court of law, I'm afraid. Didn't you notice in today's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence. What? Forged evidence? What are you talking about? I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick. The card? It just seemed, well, too perfect. I'll bet this was forged. The card? No, cause it's— yeah! Cause there's no way Kristoff just left this behind, bro. Now that no. Yeah, that's crazy. You mean this, don't you? I got this from your daughter, Mr. Wright. So he didn't just give his card— he didn't just give a card with a blood spatter on it to his daughter. Okay, maybe you are a good father. Yes, that card couldn't have been found at the crime scene. Why? Because the killer took it with him when he left. Leaving the wrong card in display. That's also why Kristoff said that was a forgery. He couldn't have that card. Leaving the wrong card in its place, luckily for us. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud. Yeah. Fraud, how can you be so sure? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene, the real killer. Yeah. That's it. My verdict was already handed down 7 years ago. Then you really— Yes, I forged this card. One look at the crime scene should have told you it wasn't real. But you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney! Who's calling themselves an attorney? Apollo. So it's true. The rumor is true! 7 years ago! None of that matters much now, does it? So wait, so he forged evidence 7 years ago too? Yeah, I remember that! Oh, that's why he fell off. He got caught forging. That's fucked up. No! He sucked the dude! Let's go, Apollo! Stand up for what you believe in! It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you turn the next page. My office's address. Drop in if you like. Mr. Wright. Oh, about your uppercut. Try yelling, "Take that," next time. I find it packs a little more fun. Yeah! Even as a dude who fall off, he's so cool! He's so cool! And Apollo, thanks for today. I had a good time. And with that, Mr. Wright walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved. And at the time, I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day, connected by a single thread of logic. I'd find out soon enough. What? My name is Apollo Justice, attorney at law, and this is how my story begins. Let's go! Oh my god. That was so fire. And I got an achievement. This shit. Turnabout Trump. Now where's Miss O'Reilly?